it's really amazing how much impact that pre-work really has on the success of the program. I've seen it so many times before where you can have a really great strategy and you can have great content, great resources, and all the work's been put into it, but the program just hasn't really worked because there's misalignment or something with the sales teams, or they're just not properly bought in, or really the ones I've seen that haven't really gone where you wanted it to go is largely down to resource, where you can get the sales team really bought in up front, but then all of a sudden it takes 6 weeks to 2 months or whatever to get the strategy done, to start getting the content done, and in that time then the business priorities change, and then they're focused on something else, and so then you have to almost adapt really quickly to that to that new reality and expectations of what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point. I mean, I was chatting to Helen another time about the whole concept of bimodal ABM, which is both a combination of long-term strategic ABM to key accounts, but also shorter-term in-year revenue generation, which is typically helping sales with their immediate quarterly revenue targets.
Yeah,
and those are obviously very different approaches. But I think the key thing again is having a clear strategy and really making sure that you've got buy-in, but also that you're setting and managing expectations all the way through the process. And if people have committed to a strategic approach to a handful of accounts, then they can't just flip a switch and go, actually, we're not interested in those anymore, because you don't stop being interested in really important long-term plays, but you might need to twin track with that approach and a shorter term, more tactical play. So I think, back to this thing of the do's and don'ts, marketing need to know what the North Star is. They need to know what the strategy is, and they need to stick to that. They need to be able to say no from time to time, obviously, while still being able to accommodate the needs of the business.